Welcome back to A Beer Journey. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a while since I put out a new video, but rest assured, my journey never ended, and I hope yours didn't either. Just wanted to stop and give a quick shout out to a gentleman that I met at Zwanzig's Brewery in Columbus, Indiana. His handle is Dark Yoda. He's a great guy. Enjoyed chatting with him while I was down there. So hope you're enjoying your journey. I'm going to dedicate this review to you. Just as a side note, Zwanzig's Brewery in Columbus, Indiana, if you're ever passing through, do yourself a favor, stop in, grab a pizza. They're awesome, but their beers are even better. So look forward to hearing great things, tasting even better things from them. Maybe they'll get some distribution up here in Indianapolis. They're not paying me to say it, but I have to say they're probably one of my favorite breweries in the state. They just put out some amazing stuff, especially their barrel-aged stuff. Astounding. Now, enough with the praises, on with the review. Since it's February and it's coming out, maybe out already in your area, I figured I'd go ahead and review KBS. Now, I haven't gotten any 2016, so I'm going to be reviewing 2015, just so you know. This one, bottled on February 12th, 2015. It is a flavored stout. Ale brewed with chocolate and coffee and aged in oak bourbon barrels. Now this one is 11.2%. That does change year to year. It is 70 IBU. Now these are pretty pricey. I'm trying to remember what I paid. I'm afraid I don't. I know most places limit you to 1 or 2 bottles if you can get it. 4-pack. I think it's the same kind of thing as what Goose Island was with their Bourbon County. Like $20 for a 4-pack. It's pricey stuff. Now, let's go ahead and open this guy up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour this into a little chalice glass. Kind of what I like to have. Now, you can see it pours super dark. I mean, that's super chocolatey, rich motor oil. Got a bit of a head on it, actually. It looks like it's holding on to that for a bit. You can see even the head is a nice milk chocolate. It's quite lovely. Getting a lot of the aroma already, that maltiness. A lot of malt. Getting a bit of the bourbon. Get a little boozy nose to it. Not much on the chocolate. Now that could be because of the fact that it's a year old. It's faded. Carbonation doesn't really come through, even though it had the head. Although you can see the head's already dissipated really quickly. Flavor, really malty. Getting a bit of the chocolate there. Creamy. Get quite a bit of the booze, the alcohol. It's mellowed a bit from last year. The IBUs don't really come through. Now, that's not always a good indication that it's going to be kind of hoppy or pithy, especially with something like this. It's got so much malt in it. It is sweet. You just have a little bit of the tangy pith right in the finish, on the back of the cheeks. This is a really good beer. I really like KBS. I don't think I mentioned in the beginning, this is from Founders, and these guys are out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. But this is a really good beer. I wish this was more available. I wish people didn't have to hunt for it and trade as much for it. I think that it's really good, especially if it was readily available. But having to hunt for it, having to trade for it, having to pay as much as you do, I think that it's a bit overhyped. I think that I would much rather stick with Oscar Blues 1050. I know that it's not a barrel aged, although they supposedly have one. I think that's a great beer right out of the gate, and you're not missing much from the barrel age this has. Epic's Big Bad Baptist, to me, is a lot better, and it's readily available. That would be one that I would pick up if you've got a chance. There are a number of these out now. And by these I mean, you know, your stouts that are aged in bourbon barrels, so you can find quite a few of them. I mentioned Goose Island's Bourbon County. I'm not a fan of it anymore. Along my journey, my tastes have changed. It's too sweet. This, I think, is a bit better than the Bourbon County because it's got enough of the hop to cut through the sweetness and kind of balance it out a lot better. This video is running a little long, so I'm going to go ahead and end it. But once again, shout out to Dark Yoda. Shout out to Zwanzigs. Shout out to everybody who's been following me and that's been enjoying your journey. I will see a lot more of all of you in 2016. And as I always say, enjoy your journey.